How's it going? I'm Terry Jensen. I'm the pastor of First Baptist Church here in Plano, Illinois, and you're with me through the week. It's our Monday edition. I'm a bit on the late side, but better late than never, right? Okay, so we're talking about Peter today, and this is kind of an exciting guy. I mean, he comes from a real rugged background. And you know what? There's nothing that is, he's a regular guy, okay? He makes mistakes. He fumbles terribly, yet he humbles himself and he follows the Lord. Uh, and it's an amazing thing to watch his life throughout the Gospels. So let's take a look at his bio, okay? St. Peter, AD, died between 64 and 68, also known as Simon Peter, Simeon, Simon, Cephas, or Peter the Apostle. He was one of the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ and one of the first leaders of the early church. According to the Christian tradition, Peter was crucified in Rome under Emperor Nero. He is traditionally counted as the first bishop of Rome and also by Eastern Christian tradition as the first patriarch of Antioch. The ancient Christian churches all venerated Peter as a major saint and as the founder of the Church of Antioch and the Diocese of Rome, but differ in their attitudes regarding the authority of his successors. According to Catholic teaching, in Matthew 16, Jesus promises Peter a special position in the church. In the New Testament, Peter appears repeatedly and prominently in all four Gospels as well as the Acts of the Apostles. The Gospel of Mark in particularly was traditionally thought to show the influence of Peter's preaching and eyewitness memories. He is also mentioned under either the name Peter or Cephas in Paul's first letter to the Corinthians and the epistle to the Galatians. The New Testament also includes two general epistles. First, Peter, and Second Peter, that are traditionally attributed to him. Peter was bold, but oftentimes in the wrong. Once he even rebuked the Lord and said that he was willing to die for Jesus, even though at the arrest and trial of Jesus he denied him 3 times. Jesus loved the disciples and knew which of those whom would remain loyal to him and those who would betray him. Peter was an eyewitness to many miracles that Jesus did and also witnessed the Shekinah glory along with John and James in the Transfiguration. This was where Jesus' humanity was peeled back to reveal the glory of his divinity. From an arrogant, cocky man of thunder, he became a humble, willing, obedient servant of the Lord even to death. He rejoiced in that day of his death, knowing that he would be reunited with his beloved Savior. This was a lifetime of 65 years, of which his last 33 would be devoted to proclaiming the gospel of Jesus Christ. In the Old Testament, no one could even be a priest until they were 30 years of age. David became king at age 30, and this age is near the peak of mental and physical abilities. Peter will be one of only 12 apostles that will rule with Jesus Christ in the kingdom of heaven. The lowly fisherman became a mighty fisher changed the shape of the world forever, and is still proclaiming Christ through his gospel written by Mark, the book of Acts, and through the epistles of 1 and 2nd Peter. Wow. Peter was a real strong man. He was a, how would you say, he was a man's man in many ways. Wasn't extremely educated, although he did speak Aramaic, Greek, and Jewish, or yeah, Hebrew. He was the brother of Andrew and a longtime friend of John and James. Both their dads were fishermen. And so Peter, being the eldest, was sought out by Andrew and John, and they said, "We have found the Messiah." So Jesus came and looked at him and said, "I'll make you fishers of men." Peter dropped his stuff and followed Jesus immediately. Throughout his career with Jesus, he was both, I don't know, pain and pawn and prophet and priest. He was regarded well by all the apostles and Jesus. Jesus thought much of Peter, even though Peter on many occasions would fumble around, like the time when Jesus was walking on water. And Peter, he really didn't understand what was going on and thought, "Oh my." So he said, "Lord, if that's you, call me to come to you." And so he got out of the boat and started walking on water along with Jesus. And then he looked down and he saw the stuff around him and the water around him, and he freaked out and sank like a rock. Jesus reached out, grabbed hold of him, picked him up, got him into the boat, and said, "Man, all you need is faith." You know, the Beatles used to sing, "All you need is love," but truth is, all you need is faith. Peter was a man of faith, but he was scared, just like every other human being would be when seeing stuff like this happen. Jesus healed his wife. You know, Peter was married. He healed his wife. He, he kept going around with Christ and served him faithfully. Two of the most encouraging witnesses are found in 1 Peter and 2 Peter. He both exhorts and rebukes. But throughout this, he testifies to the glory of Jesus Christ and the wonderfulness of God, showing that in God's plan, he had always meant for our relationship to be a significant part of all of creation. Peter was a man of God. He died at 65 and served the Lord greatly. Well, that's it for me. I'm out of here. We'll catch you later, okay? Tomorrow we're going to take a look at some of the stuff that Peter said, so come along with me and we'll check it out together. All right, bye.